So this is kind of funny. So the reason I made the last video's title kind of long, kind of wordy, not very interesting, yank could be 100%, yank could be 0% or whatever, was because I actually didn't want to put like a catchy title to get lots of views, because I mentioned MDMA. And the original title for that video was going to be a powerful realization I had on MDMA. And right before I launched the video, I decided to make it actually a more accurate title that maybe would get less views and wouldn't attract maybe my dumber viewers, but more of my viewers who are really interested in my message. Because I actually get this really deep feeling of thinking how my message affects people. While I'm trying to fall asleep at night, I'll have thoughts of, oh, what if some 13-year-old sees my video where I mention a powerful realization I have on MDMA, and this 13-year-old ends up taking MDMA and becomes ecstasy addict his whole life just because he watched one of my videos. I have these really anxious thoughts that come to me like right before I'm about to sleep. So I actually decided to give that kind of a weird title so more of my people really interested in my message would click on that video, and so that video would get less views. And I just wanted to make this video, just so my conscience is 100% clear of how I'm feeling, is that MDMA is a really serious drug. And at the end of this video, I'll talk about some of the really good pros of it, but I think it's really important to understand how serious this drug is. There's lots of research that the drug can, because it just overfires your serotonin and your neurons so much that your neurons could actually fry and have like permanent damage, even from just like one use of serotonin, of MDMA. So it's a very serious drug. It just releases so much serotonin, it could fry your neurons. So if you're gonna take the drug, really research MDMA, ecstasy. Same for all drugs, but because since I talked about MDMA, really research the drug before you take it. And for me, actually, I've taken it a couple times, and I haven't taken it in months, but still sometimes like something really good will happen to me and I like feel that neural pattern in my brain firing. I can almost like feel the Molly pathway in my brain firing. So I think I could definitely feel some like long-term, I don't want to call it damage, but I can almost feel that path, and it just feels unhealthy and manic. So I'm actually, currently I'm taking a long break from any drugs. And like one of the big realizations I had on MDMA was the magic of the world is already happening. You don't need a drug experience. You don't need drugs. Like the lesson I learned, like what the Molly taught me was I don't need to be on Molly. Lots of people don't seem to get that message, but it was so clear to me that the world is so beautiful, magical as it is, and you don't need artificial things to tap into that beauty. And if you do take it, like really space it out between your takes. Like I think 3 times a decade is like the right amount to take MDMA, because it's just an intense drug, it can fire neurotransmitters. And I think it's such an easy thing if someone has, hey, you want some Molly, hey, you want some MDMA, it's just so easy to say yes to. And to really listen to your mind, listen to your body. Lots of times people have asked me, hey, you want to roll tonight? And I'm like, my mind is telling me no, don't. Like my heart almost tells me no, it's not the right time, and I'll tell them no. And come on, dude, we're gonna have a great time. It's so easy to say yes, but every single time I'm like, no. And the times I have taken it, like I said in my previous video, it's almost like the drug has taken me. It's almost like the drug came into my life and I just felt in my heart it was the right time to take it. So really think about that. It's really easy to fall into peer pressure to take a drug, but drugs can really fuck up lots of people's lives. I was just like Googling MDMA negative effects, and there's tons of stories of people who have like 0 short-term memory because of drugs, specifically MDMA, and there's all these negative consequences. So I feel bad talking about a drug without really going deeply into the negative effects these drugs can have in you, because people listen to my message, and even if one person, like something bad happens to them because of my message, I don't want that on my conscience. I don't think lots of YouTubers and people in general who have power really understand how influential their messages can be, and like, this stuff kind of keeps me up at night. So I just wanted to give a really cautionary message that if you're gonna do any types of drugs, I almost regret talking about drugs, to do tons of research on it, like Google search the shit out of it. If you're gonna do it with friends you really trust. Be at least 22 years of age, really space it out. And I think if you're gonna take a drug, I think you can almost feel it in your heart and in your mind. It's like, okay, the time is right now. And like take like a year's break from it. I really don't have much intentions to do drugs really that much anymore. it's going to be something once every couple of years for me. I think while you're young, you really got to keep your brain as healthy as possible. Maybe when I'm in like a retirement center, when I'm old, I could take lots of drugs. But I just want to really emphasize the dangers of taking drugs, specifically MDMA, because I talked about it. Really do your research. Be at least 22 years of age. Really space out the things. Do it with people you trust. Make sure it's like the drug doing you and you feel it's right. Don't fall to peer pressure. Don't do it just because other people around you are doing it. And really listen to your body, your mind, and your heart, and educate yourself really a ton on this drug, because it could really fuck up your life completely. And I just have to make this cautionary tale to educate, really educate yourself on the drug, and don't do drugs for peer pressure, negative reasons. Don't do it for high, but do it for like a spiritual reason. Yeah, so I just felt like I had to make this video. I hope you guys appreciate it. But for me, when I have taken Molly, it's like it's brought me into heaven. It's made right now the most ordinary day heaven. I've had these experiences of tremendous love, and I think the drug really taught me like how to love people and to trust life. I think the drug can have huge uses in like PTSD for people who like go to war and have all this war trauma. MDMA, like in therapeutic safe doses with like a therapist, can I think really give you a higher perspective on like the trauma you had. And I think it's, as we research the drug more and more and learn to use it in safe ways, I think it could be an awesome drug, especially for like PTSD and stuff like that. The drug really kind of teaches you love and truth and to trust life. So the drug gives you heaven. But I just wanted to give you this cautionary message to really educate yourself on drugs and to be extremely safe, and really listen to your heart and what your heart says about these types of dangerous, controversial issues. Thanks. Shout out to Freddie Fairhair behind the camera. He's been holding the camera for a long time and I appreciate that. Love you guys. Peace. MDMA, I took Molly, is a very serious drug. If you're 21 or younger, you shouldn't even think that you should take Molly.